I'm Marcy Farrow from Mixed Media Girl, and you're watching Hometalk. Today we're going to be doing a beautiful pressed flower wine glass project. So the first thing we're going to do is clean the glass thoroughly. I use 91% isopropyl alcohol, but you can just clean it with water if needed, or a lower grade. And this is just to get any dust, dirt, fingerprints, anything off on there so that our project can stick as well as possible. So the next thing we're going to do is mix up some resin. Now I'm using Stone Coat Countertops Art Coat. This one's mixed 50-50 with part A and part B. So I'm going to go ahead and get this mixed up. You mix it for generally about 4 minutes or so, and then we'll be right back. All right, my epoxy is now well mixed. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just tape off the top of this glass. Now the purpose of this is not to actually block the epoxy. It's more of a guideline. So I just know how high I want to go with my resin. If you want a nice clean line with your resin, you can tape it off. You just have to, it's a little bit hard on a round surface. And then you have to remove the tape before the resin is dry. But that's not what we're doing today. So this is just a rough guideline. Now I have a cup turner here. Very inexpensive on Amazon and such a good investment. And then I'm going to just cover most of this with a thin layer of the clear resin. And don't forget to get the bottom here. Now I'm leaving a really rough line at the top, and I'm going maybe just over halfway up with my resin. You probably don't even need to go that high, but it depends on your flowers. And this is just a rough line. That's how I like it. If you want a cleaner line, you can use the tape. Just gonna need a little bit more prep. And just make sure you don't really miss any spots. You get some good coverage. All right, this has been spinning for about 30 minutes. So at this point, it's still really sticky, but not moving around as much. I'm gonna go ahead and add my flowers. And I do apologize, my hands are covered in paint. I've been painting all day. So these little sets come with some greens. I recommend making sure you only put things on there that you know can go flat. And those are a little difficult to get flat, so I'm going to skip those. Now, one other aspect to consider is, do you want your flowers seen from the inside or from the outside, or both? I'm going to go ahead and place some flowers so that they can be seen from both. So I'm going to put some face down and some face up. And I'm going to just layer mine here. Now this is really best done with tweezers, but full disclosure, I have not mastered tweezers yet. So I just use my hands. But if you are proficient at tweezers, definitely go ahead and use those. They work well. And these are small, so I'm going to use quite a few. If you have bigger flowers, you might not need to use quite as many. Don't forget about the bottom of your cup. So for the bottom of the cup, I recommend putting definitely a flat flower and putting it so that it can be seen from the inside of the cup specifically. And that will look really pretty. Now that's all of my flowers there. I'm going to just take a toothpick and just carefully make sure they are pressed down as much as possible. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and just keep letting it spin, and I'm going to come back in about 4 to 6 hours to put the final layer of resin on it. If it's really cold in your area, you might need to wait longer. If it's really hot, you can probably come back even faster. All right, we are back. It's actually been about 6 hours. This is still very slightly tacky, but it's almost completely dry. It has been very warm in here, and for those who don't know, the warmer it is, the faster the resin cures. So the last thing we're going to do here is just put a clear coat over, and that'll just seal these flowers in fully. And we don't need a lot, so just a very little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and make sure all of the flowers specifically get covered. I'm not going to go up as far as I did previously, because I don't particularly need to. Don't forget to get the bottom of your glass. And I'm just using maybe an ounce here. You really don't need a lot. I'm going to go ahead and just get out my heat gun again. Okay, that's all there is to it. Super simple. Let's let this completely dry. I'll take it off. I'll take the tape off and show you the final gorgeous product inside and out. All right, here's our wine glass all complete. I think this is so pretty. Look at that. And you can see the flowers obviously from the outside, and then from the inside, I put some of them facing in and some facing out. So such a great, simple project. You can use all different kinds of flowers, and this can be great for when guests come over. They can each have a different kind of flower on their glass. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this project. Thank you for watching Home Talk, and we'll see you next time.